Welcome to Marketplace Finds, where we show off some crazy and interesting cars for sale, judge what we think of the price, then order it in our tier list. This 1973 Volkswagen microbus has been stripped down, opened up and colour blasted into what can only be described as a rolling hallucination with a VIN number. The bus immediately punches your corneas with a Crayola box turquoise paint job with all the hippie classic designs you can imagine. The roof is gone and the doors are functional in the loosest sense. The sides have been completely replaced with industrial grade safety nets and tubular framing like it's prepping for an off-road expedition through Burning Man. The interior keeps the fever dream rolling, having this odd alien print throughout, so you really know the owner went off the deep end and probably treats talking about conspiracy theories as a sport. In all honesty though, it is super clean. I just wish the rear seat still looked like this. Also, we can't forget these switches that state, this switch turns something on, which I hope means strippers fly out of the engine bay like the sticker implies, which would justify how much they're asking for. The price is as fried as the seller's brain, as they're asking for an insane $60,000.
$50 and that's my final offer.
And that's why it's getting a clown sticker.
It's just one of those days.
This used to be a 1985 Ford Bronco, once a symbol of off-road American grit, now reduced to a shaved down, sanded over Frankenstein that looks like it's cosplaying as a shop vac attachment. It's so low to the ground you need a spatula to pick it up, as this poor Bronco has been body dropped so hard it's got PTSD from speed bumps. Forget the trail, this thing fears painted lines on the highway. The paint's got that unfinished ghoul grey primer job that you know they lost patience halfway through sanding it and just said screw it, this is the colour now. The whole truck has the aura of something your cousin was going to finish after tax season 5 years ago. Inside, we're blessed with exposed floor pans, mystery wires and a crusty driver's seat that's done more time than a repeat offender. There's a holly box on the seat, probably to distract you from the fact there is no carpet, no radio, and definitely no plan to finish this thing off. Under the hood, it's got a 5.3 LS swap, hooked to a 4L60E transmission, because why not toss GM guts into a Ford body? That'll definitely not anger anyone. Moving to the price, the seller is looking for $15,000 for an unfinished, slammed and non-running eyesore, and with that kind of money, you may as well put it towards an actually running ready one. You ever wonder what would happen if you mixed a bald eagle, Busch Light and America all together? Well, wonder no more. This here is a 1991 Ford F-150 that's been red, white and blued so hard it bleeds Toby Keith out the tailpipe. From bumper to bumper, this truck is a rolling 4th of July fever dream, and don't even get me started on that tailgate. There's a majestic eagle mid-screech, talons out, like it just spotted someone disrespecting the national anthem at a Little League game. Step inside this freedom-fueled F-150 and get punched in the face by a wave of pure, uncut red, the same colour as your grandma's rec room carpet, just for a little nostalgia hit. Unfortunately, there's no engine bay pictures, but it's got a good old 5-litre V8 with a manual gearbox just like the forefathers intended. Onto the price, the seller is after $7,500, which honestly seems like a solid price, considering buying this thing means you get a personal invitation to every monster jam, gun show and corn dog eating contest within a 50-mile radius. Brace yourselves for a full throttle faceplant into the weirdest corner of redneck engineering. We're looking at what happens when a 1995 Chevy Metro meets a Sawzall, a box of beers, and just enough mechanical skill to be legally dangerous. As you can see, it's been converted into a reverse trike, painted in the classic construction site yellow. A singular plastic grey patio chair has replaced the once comfortable seats, and I can only imagine the bolts holding it down are on their last legs. The seller is looking for $1,500 for a vehicle that could be out-accelerated by a FedEx van and all the crash protection of a wet napkin.
Give me a hell yeah!
From the first pictures of this truck, you might think it's just a normal 1991 Chevrolet Kodiak, but with a little bit of a cab extension. Well, that cab extension happens to be a whole-ass Chevy Suburban body swapped on it, like it was built by a Redneck Frankenstein. This beast is 24 feet of unapologetic diesel-powered excess and is longer than most divorce settlements and taller than your cousin Chad's lifted Silverado, except this one actually gets respect at truck stops. Behind the bourbon body, it's got an 8x8 flatbed perfect to haul equipment, furniture and your broken dreams with no problems. But let's move on to the interior, which is even more surprising considering it's literally just stock. I don't know what you were expecting, but I was sure a bed was going to be in there. But I guess the dad lost their daily driver in the divorce and made this so he could take the kids to school still. Under the hood, it's got a Cat 3116, which isn't their strongest engine in terms of reliability, but still has a bit of fight in it, like your uncle when he goes to dive bars. As for the price, they're asking for $10,000, which honestly seems like a solid price if you trust the seller's statement of that they would trust it to drive them across the country tomorrow. Here we have the self-proclaimed vampire Mini Cooper, because they probably lost a bumper in a crash and decided to paint the support to make it look like fangs. Unfortunately, that's where the theme ends. It's got massive off-road tyres on a car the size of a lunchbox, and I'm still trying to figure out how that fits the vampire theme. The headlights are crossed out like this thing already accepted it's going to die in the derby. Things don't improve around back with the Lady 69 sticker on the back window, because the vampire herd women are a good source of blood once a month. However, this vampire probably isn't aware the frat humour will scare the ladies away. Combine that with the blacked out windows and you might want to open the trunk of this vehicle first before you check anything else. The seller says the engine is good, but the transmission is busted, meaning this vampire won't even be coming out at night or at all. The owner is asking for $3,500, which is a lot, considering this half-assed project doesn't have a lot going for it. We've seen plenty of redneck engineering, but this might be the best case of it we've seen yet. If Noah builds his ark to save the animals, I want the man who built this to come save me. For a home-built raft, it's in shockingly good condition, and I know it's not a car, but I thought I have to include it, as I feel like you guys would love it too. It's got fresh lumber, neatly sealed, bolts in place, motor wired in cleanly, and there's even a built-in cooler to keep your beer cold in the middle of summer. The only thing it's missing now is a grill, and every dad on the lake will be crowded around it staring with their hands on their hips. It's like if a redneck yacht club had a group project. It's powered by a trolling motor, so you're not going to outrun the Coast Guards anytime soon, so you might want to monitor the number of beers you consume before you make some bad decisions. The owner has listed it for $1,200, which is less than some people spend trying to repair their first marriage, and I'd bet money some fraternity is currently fundraising to buy it. Because of that, we're giving this the ribbon of approval for a great execution. Here we have another 70s rolling bachelor pad with commitment issues. It's a 1976 Ford Ecoline that probably has a higher body count than you do. It's like a velvet wrapped time capsule for bad decisions, awkward hookups, and possibly one or two unreported crimes. From the outside, it's wearing 50 years of original paint, like a badge of honor, and you can guarantee the owner tells everyone they don't make them like they used to. Honestly, it's surprising how tidy it is, so you know it's been taken care of. The little love heart peepholes are a nice touch too, just don't go looking too closely after midnight. But that's just the foreplay. Open the doors and you're treated with the real star of the show, the interior. We're talking ancient brown carpet that's probably still in your grandma's house. There's deep red velvet upholstery, but even better is that it's trimmed in faux alligator leather, just to be extra classy. Every panel, every door, and the ceiling are covered in diamond stitch padding, probably to help keep the noise down of any low standard having guests. As for the steering wheel, I can only assume it came from a pirate ship, as this thing probably handles like an actual boat. In the engine bay, it's got the original V8 it came with, so it won't beat basically anything on the road, but at least it will still sound good. The asking price is $20,000 for this van that has lived, loved, and left multiple people with something to explain to their therapist. Joking aside, I actually think $20,000 isn't too bad considering how well it's been taken care of. It really just needs a fresh interior and would be mint. Next up, we have the most Florida core thing on 4 tires. Behold the Craftsman 9000, a lawnmower so high off the ground you'd need a Sherpa and supplemental oxygen just to check the oil. The custom chassis is probably made up of stolen scaffolding. It's probably not even welded, just has a bunch of JB weld holding it together. There's a custom sound system bolted to the back, so your neighbours can hear Morgan Wallen blast from 2 zip codes away while you mow air. Also included is a Best POS award proudly displayed in front like it's the Stanley Cup of drug-fueled mechanics. The seller is asking for $600, and considering it needs a new motor and the mud tyres are bolder than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I don't think they're going to get it. Alright folks, feast your eyeballs on the sizzling heap of mid-2000s regret. It's a 2006 Chevrolet HHR, which is probably short for how horrifying really. Someone has lifted it up and threw a Chevy Blazer chassis underneath, alongside some mud tyres, and baptized it in metallic orange regret. The HHR in stock form was Chevrolet's half-baked attempt to cash in on the PT Cruiser craze, a car so visually cursed that it made boomers nostalgic for a time that never actually existed. The paint is that burn your retinas metallic orange GM was pushing back in the days when Mountain Dew Code Red still felt rebellious. And if that wasn't enough to get your HOA nervous, there's also lime green flames down the side. There is some good in this vehicle however, as it's thankfully powered by a TBI 350 and transmission with working 4-wheel drive to put those mud tyres to use. Unfortunately, there's no interior photos, but the seller does say it all works, well except for the speedo and RPM gauge, but you don't need that where you're heading in this thing. So if you've got $12,500 burning a hole in your pocket and a deep-seated need to be laughed at, this is your golden ticket, as it's ridiculously overpriced. Here we have the yin to the yang of the previous Chevrolet HHR. going from a crazy off-road capable version to the slammed and built for speed version. First off, it's wearing a body kit so aggressive, I can only assume it's to hide how ugly these vehicles really are. It's been two-toned in white and black, which would be fine if the front end didn't give the visual presence of a stormtrooper helmet with heat exhaustion. At least the hood vents aren't fake like we typically see, so I do have to give props there. It does have airbags, and it may look like it's dragging its chin on the pavement, but hit the switch and it pops up like a missionary in a third world country. Enough about the exterior, the real star of the show is in the engine bay, where you're greeted by possibly the weirdest but somehow coolest faux wood design. A much better upgrade than your buddy's bright pink plastic coated one. But that's not all. This engine has now got a bigger turbo, bigger injectors, a 3-inch exhaust, and is running on E85, pushing it to an apparent 450 horsepower. It is still unfortunately front wheel drive, but hey, 450 is nothing to scoff at, even if it's in the ugliest car in the world. Funnily enough, the owner is looking for $15,000, which is fairly close to the lifted one, so it's up to you if you want overpriced street performance or overpriced off-road performance. Either way, they come with a hit to your pride. Straight from the depths of Ohio suburbia comes this cursed 1986 Cadillac hearse, airbrushed in Bengal Tigers tribute paint. It's got Bengals stripes, Bengals logos, and presumably the broken dreams of every season since 1989 baked into the interior. Nobody seems to know who built this thing or why, and honestly, maybe it's better we don't know. It's covered in scratches like it lost a fight with a pine tree and has been sitting under nature's car wash for at least a decade. The seller claims it's in good shape and runs good, which is weird because the paint is flaking and the vinyl roof looks like a raccoon's chew toy. The owner must have lost all his money betting on the Tigers in the 2022 Super Bowl, because now he's trying to rob the next person for $4,500. Here's how the final tier list ended up. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong, and if there's anything you'll change around. Otherwise, thanks for watching. If you enjoy our videos, make sure to subscribe. And if you find it interesting or weird car, you can send it to us on our Instagram. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.